When Hurricane Beryl slammed into the southeastern coastline, no one could have predicted the sheer scale of devastation it would unleash across multiple U.S. cities, leaving entire neighborhoods submerged, homes shattered, and lives upended in an instant. And what's most shocking isn't just the destruction. It's the human stories behind every collapsed rooftop, every street turned river, and every desperate call for help echoing through the flooded airwaves as families clung to rooftops while the National Guard scrambled helicopters and boats to reach them before it was too late. The storm tore through coastal Texas, Louisiana, and parts of Florida with Category 4 intensity, winds exceeding 130 miles per hour uprooting trees like twigs and snapping power lines like thread, plunging millions into darkness. And yet amidst the chaos, the resilience of the people stood taller than the floodwaters. Volunteers forming human chains, firefighters wading through chest-deep water, strangers pulling each other out from submerged cars. But the question now is, how did we get here, and why was Beryl so powerful compared to previous storms, with meteorologists warning days before that climate patterns in the Gulf had created perfect fuel for this monster storm, and yet the rapid intensification still shocked even the experts, turning a manageable tropical storm into a lethal hurricane overnight, catching communities off guard and leading to one of the largest last-minute evacuations in recent memory, as highways turned into gridlocked lanes of panic and fear. But the aftermath is even more staggering, with drone footage revealing entire coastal towns scraped bare, schools turned into shelters, and families huddled together wondering if they'll ever rebuild. And it's not just the physical damage that cuts deep, it's the emotional toll, the quiet sobs in makeshift shelters, the children asking when they can go home, the elderly clutching family photo albums rescued from rising water. And even as FEMA steps in with aid and rescue teams from neighboring states pour in, the rebuilding process is monumental, both in dollars and in human strength. But what's even more critical is understanding how to prevent such devastation from repeating. Whether experts now emphasize that warmer ocean temperatures due to climate change are likely increasing the frequency and strength of storms like Beryl. And unless we adapt our infrastructure and policies, this could be the new normal. And as this realization sets in, stories continue to emerge, of a 14-year-old boy who led neighbors to safety using a kayak, of a woman who gave birth in a shelter assisted only by volunteers, and of a firefighter who braved collapsing buildings to save an elderly man trapped in his attic, all of which make this storm not just a natural disaster, but a powerful reflection of humanity's ability to endure and unite under pressure. And if you haven't seen the scale of Beryl's impact yet, this is something you cannot afford to ignore, because every image, every voice, and every shattered window tells a part of a much larger story. One of survival, resilience, and the urgent need for preparedness in an era where nature is becoming increasingly unpredictable and unforgiving. And as the water recedes and the media moves on, the people affected are left picking up the pieces, praying the next storm won't come so soon, hoping someone listens, someone prepares, and someone remembers that this wasn't just a storm, it was a wake-up call, and those who weren't there can only begin to understand the terror, the courage, and the pain through stories like these, told in the voices of those who lived through the eye of the storm. And if you're watching this now, know this: what you see is not just weather, not just broken buildings or flood maps, it's a glimpse into what climate change means for all of us, and it's happening right here, right now, in our cities, to our neighbors. And unless we act, the next storm could hit even harder. So stay informed, stay aware, and never underestimate the power of nature or the strength of the human spirit in the face of its fury.